Ash Media's coverage of the Australian Modified Sedan title, proudly brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia.
So, Alan Nash, yeah, he had a brilliant run in the first two heats last night. He won them both. He was on pole position for his third heat last night, and he had dramas 2 laps into the race. He got minimum points on that one, and he's got to get some good points in this one. As I said, starting at the back is not going to help him at all, but if he's as good as he was in his first 2 heats last night, keep an eye on him. He's going to make him work hard for the win.
Yes, all these heats are highly important. Set for dispatch. 12 laps is the journey. They're away and racing. Kai Blight on the outside of Matt Nelson takes the race lead. So head down into turn 1, Joshua Stevens and also Terry Board. Here comes Mark Sheen. Challengers coming further back in the field also. So move out of turn 4 though the first time. The track is in super fast condition. Will we get a driver under 16 seconds? We've got a 16.685 as the opener by Kai Blight. Nelson second. Third place Josh Stevens. A gap back then to Terry Board, Mark Sheen. Here comes Alan Nash, who won 2 heats earlier in the championship. Back then to Nathan Russell in 7th place, and Mitchell and Martin Walters at the tail. They are racing for 2nd place because Kai Blight from Western Australia has done a 16.455, driving away from Matt Nelson. 3rd place is still that of Josh Stevens, and then after that we have Terry Board, Alan Nash and Mark Sheen. That's the top half dozen. The margin already after 3 laps is 2 seconds. Kai Blight back to Nelson and Stevens. Stevens looking to get underneath and Nelson can't quite do so. Then back in 4th place is Terry Board, then Alan Nash. Sheen is next, then Russell. And the last 2 are Mitchell and Walters. But the margin is getting further and further. It's out to 2.5, 2.408 to be exact. Nelson still 2nd, Stevens 3rd. Behind them is Alan Nash, then Board, Sheen. A gap back then to the 28 car of Nathan Russell. The 87 of Brendan Mitchell. And Scott Walters, half a lap separating first to last, and Kai Blight from Western Australia leads them after 5 circulations with a 16.443 being his quick lap. Last time around was a 16.457, so consistency right round. 2nd, 3rd and 4th, very close indeed. In 2nd place it's still Nelson. Back in 3rd place, Josh Stevens and Alan Nash joining that group. Terry Board not far behind, then the 41 car would follow Mark Sheen. Then 28 of Nathan Russell, Mitchell, and at the tail it's Scott Walters. 5 laps to go now. And out in front doing a great job is Kai Blight. 2nd place Matt Nelson, Josh Stevens right there with Alan Nash, the 3 of them locked together. A gap of about 5 car lengths to Terry Board. Same margin back to Sheen, Russell, and the 27 of... the 87 of Mitchell, and then Scott Walters rounds out the field. But Kai Blight has 4 laps to go and he's out by 4 seconds. Great battle for the minor placing. Still Nelson holding on to 2nd. He's under pressure from Stevens, who in turn is under pressure from the 22 of Alan Nash. Back then to Terry Board as our race leaders through once again. Mark Sheen runs in 6th place, then back to Russell in 7th. As there's a challenge on now for 3rd place, and finally Alan Nash has been able to remove Josh Stevens from that 3rd place position, goes up into 3rd now, and for the first time tonight the inquiry flag is coming out. I'm not quite sure on who, it's someone in this group. It's on the Josh Stevens car 21. Alan Nash comes underneath of Nelson. Alan Nash has come from the back of the field, mind you, into 2nd place. The white flag comes out, 1 lap to go. And it's Kai Blight by a country mile. He's in another postcode at the moment. He's a long way in front. It's out to 5.5 seconds. Nash, then back to Nelson, Stevens, then Terry Board and Mark Sheen. That's your top half dozen. For the West Australian champion, his first home. Kai Blight is going to elevate himself up the point standings after that performance. Alan Nash, a great drive from the back, gets 2nd. 3rd place goes to Nelson, then Stevens. Terry Board is 5th. Back to Mark Sheen, then Nathan Russell, Brendan Mitchell, and Scott Walters rounds out the field. The time for the race is 3 minutes, 18.145. The margin was 5.462. And the quick lap of the race is 16.443 by Kai Blight, the winner of heat number 14.
Yeah, great drive from the West Australian champion, but I was watching Alan Nash all the way through. He started at the absolute back. He was back to the form that saw him the leading point scorer after 8 heats last night. Whatever the problem was in his 3rd heat, they seem to have fixed it. That's going to help him get further up the grid for the final later on. But right now, the winner of heat 13, heat 14 is down on the infield with Andrew Stride.
Thank you, Martin. He's just removing his helmet, and he probably doesn't know, but he won by the length of the front straight. Kai, great run from you there, mate. Very important to take full advantage of a front row start. You did that. You won by the length of the straight, so a really good run.
Yeah, I didn't realise I can't be happy with this race car. Adam Holton, his dad Russell, and Ratsy and Sean have absolutely worked their tails off this whole weekend to get me comfortable, and I can't thank those guys enough.
Mate, you've only got one race to go, and a really handy haul of points there towards the final grid position.
That's why we come all the way over here, mate. You know, everyone back home have been absolutely awesome supporting me, and I can't thank those guys enough either, but job's on, mate.
Look to your left, mate, and good luck for the rest of the night.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Andrew, and well done to Kai Blight, and I'm sure that the people listening in Western Australia will be pretty happy